Did you know that mood and anxiety disorders claim around 5 million lives annually? Even more staggering, King's College London found that depression and anxiety can increase premature death by up to 134%. That's more dangerous than swimming with sharks. Dr. O.F. Goblet once said that fear and worry are responsible for making 70% of patients ill. Yes, 70%. Diseases like ulcers, heart problems, paralysis, arthritis, high blood pressure, and diabetes are not just in your head, but they sure as heck are helped along by what's going on in there. Enter Dale Carnegie, the man who wanted to save us from our own anxious minds. A lifelong worrier himself, he set out to write the book How to Stop Worrying and Start Living after years of research and interviews. So buckle up, because I'm about to give you a witty rundown of Carnegie's two-pronged approach to worry-free living. There are two types of worries in life: the big, fat problems that show up at your door uninvited, and the smaller, everyday annoyances that we tend to fret over. Let's start with the big, bad worry. Here's a 4-step technique for tackling those specific anxiety giants looming over you. Step 1. Face the facts. Yes, even the scary ones. Gather every fact about your problem, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Picture the worst-case scenario. Trust me, you're probably already good at this part. Write it all down. Make it real. It's like turning the monsters under your bed into action figures you can actually see. Step 2. Accept the worst. No victim cards, please. No hiding, no running, and no blaming everyone else. It's time to own up and accept whatever the worst is. Analyze the facts like it's someone else's problem, with zero emotional baggage. Make a list of all possible actions. Even if your options suck, list them out anyway. Step 3. Choose your poison. Wisely, now from that not-so-pleasing list, pick the most feasible course of action. This isn't a 5-star buffet, it's survival mode. Pick the least terrible option and commit. Beggars can't be choosers, but they can still be smart. Step 4. Act, and don't look back. Enough deliberating, just do it. Action is the best antidote to worry. It gives your mind direction, so you're not sitting there spiraling into oblivion. Think about Earl P. Haney, who, after being declared incurable from stomach ulcers, accepted he might die but chose to live life to the fullest instead, by going on a long, dreamed sea voyage and indulging himself to the fullest. Surprise! Surprise! He lived to a ripe old age. But what about the little gremlins of daily worries? Here's a set of 6 rules from Carnegie to squash that nagging, everyday anxiety habit. Rule 1. Overload your brain. No time for worry. A guy lost not 1 but 2 daughters in a very short time. No doctor or medicine could cure his grief. What worked? Work and more work. Occupational therapy, baby, which is based on an indisputable law of psychology. Keep your mind busy. When you're too busy to think, you're too busy to worry. As George Bernard Shaw wisely said, the secret of being miserable is to have the leisure to bother about whether you are happy or not. Rule 2. Don't let the Beatles get you down. Often, it's not the giant catastrophes that break us, but the little unimportant, irritating things gnawing away at our inner peace. A 400-year-old tree in Colorado stood strong against lightning, storms, and avalanches, but guess what took it down? A bunch of tiny beetles munching away at its core. In marriage, it's the snoring, the open-mouth chewing, the "I told you so's" that build up over time. Judge Joseph Sabbath presided over 40,000 divorce cases, and guess what? It's the petty stuff, not the big drama. Rule 3. Play the law of averages game. 99% of the things we worry about never happen. Like, ever. Insurance companies bank on this with their statistics. So why not use this law of averages to kick your worries to the curb? For example, during an outbreak of infantile paralysis, Mrs. Salinger kept her cool by remembering that, statistically, the chance of her kids getting sick was low. She took the necessary precautions and relaxed. Smart, right? Rule 4. cooperate with the inevitable, learn the art of letting go. We humans are weirdly adaptable. Time is the ultimate healer, but only if you let it work its magic. Complaining won't change a thing, but acceptance? That's the magic key that opens all the doors. That's what being proactive is all about. Those ancient wise words inscribed on an Amsterdam cathedral hit the nail on the head. It is so. It cannot be otherwise. In other words, accept what you can't change and make peace with it. Rule 5. Place a stop-loss order on your worries. Just like in the stock market, where you set a point at which you cut your losses, do the same with your worries. When life's got you stuck at a crossroads, set a timer for how long you're willing to chase that dream. If it doesn't pan out by then, maybe it's time to find a new dream instead of letting life hit snooze on you. Tolstoy and his wife, for instance, spent years in public squabbles that no one today gives two hoots about. If only they had set a stop-loss on their grievances, they could have enjoyed a much happier personal life. Rule 6. Don't try to saw sawdust. Fred Fuller. Shed asked a graduating class if they'd ever sawed wood. They nodded. Then he asked if they'd ever sawed sawdust. Blank stares all around. His point? Sawdust is already sawed. The past is like sawdust. Can't change it, so why try? Jack Dempsey, the boxing champion, knew this. After he was no longer champ, he didn't wallow in regret. He shifted gears and found joy elsewhere. The takeaway? Don't let past worries become today's worries. Move on. Live in the present. Remember, break the worry habit before it breaks you. And there you have it. If you catch yourself worrying, stop immediately and refocus. Keep practicing, and you'll be well on your way to living worry-free, or at least worrying a whole lot less.
We touched on a few chapters, but there's much more to know. Read the complete book to let the wisdom flow. Turn pages, chase dreams, erase every doubt. Until next time, a bookser's signing out.